Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Making a Difference here on Buzz TV. I'm your host, Wayne Veldsman. Each week on Making a Difference, we interview change-making entrepreneurs and nonprofit leaders all about the difference that they're working to make in this world. Today, I want to introduce you to the founder of Coeffect, Mr. Paul Collier. Paul, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks so much, Wayne. I appreciate you having me on.
I was checking out all about your website here a little bit before the interview. But why don't you tell everybody, just in your own words, what are you working on over there at Coeffect?
Sure thing. So, Coeffect works with small and medium sized nonprofits and really helps them establish the fundamentals for using data in order to increase their impact. And so, we'll take on projects with organizations ranging from strategic work, so really figuring out what outcomes are we working towards, to developing the processes that you use to collect, analyze, store data, and also helping folks think through what are the data systems that you need in order to actually do all of these things. It can be a really challenging space for smallish nonprofit organizations and social enterprises to figure all this out on their own. So we really like to be sort of your outsourced experts in this field, helping really shortcut your learning so that you can put the right fundamentals in place so that you can, really know that you're making a difference, communicate that out, and use that information to help your team grow.
Absolutely amazing. Wow, well said. One thing that whenever I hear about data, right? I'm sort of a data and analytics guy myself for a long while, but especially in the nonprofit space, data can scare people, right? How do you get them sort of comfortable with that and realizing the bigger impact they could make through using data?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing is acknowledging everybody's already doing something with data. And so we have to kind of broaden the definition of what data is. And it's not just numbers, it also is inclusive of stories, it's inclusive of people's testimonial and lived experience. So we first kind of just level set and actually talk about how wide data is and acknowledge that folks are already doing this work. My hope is to share some tricks, some resources, some processes that just help you do it a little bit better, a little bit more efficiently. So there's a lot, around just meeting folks where they're at, and trying to dissuade their concerns and acknowledge their concerns and say, okay, let's actually take what you're doing well now in terms of data practice and maybe take it up a notch or two so you can use that even more effectively among your team.
Very nice, man. Starting that education around data is more than just numbers is so important. Now, it sounds like you work with a lot of different sizes of nonprofits. Who would you say is your ideal customer or client, company that you can help in case they're out there listening right now?
Absolutely. So, really, I've set up Coeffect to work with a specific kind of organization, typically 5 to 40 employees, because if you're larger than that, you should typically have a data person on staff. If you're smaller than that, you probably don't have the time to even think about this. And within the nonprofit ecosystem, I work with a lot of direct service organizations. And then I also work with a lot of intermediaries, an organization that serves other nonprofits, for example. I tend not to work so much with policy organizations or political organizations just because the kind of data that a political machine uses is rather different than the kind of data that other kind of direct service nonprofits use. But within those parameters, I work really across all different issue areas and would be happy to talk with anybody who catches this.
Beautiful. So if you're a direct service nonprofit with about 5 to 40 employees, you need to give Paul a call, huh?
Absolutely.
Love it. Well, Paul, hey, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much for being on here and sharing a little bit about the difference that you're helping to work to make in this world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity, Wayne. Very much appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you as well for tuning in. If you want to listen and learn more about Paul, visit us over at iwantabuzz.com. He's doing some amazing things with Coeffect. But until next time, you've been listening to Making a Difference. We'll see you soon.